Hello and welcome to this, my first video of my new Mind, Body and Spirit channel, Living in Harmony with the Real World. My name is Gary Edward Geddall. I'm a state registered psychologist, psychotherapist, family therapist, hypnotherapist with 25 years of experience working in these fields. The image you see behind me is my office in Lausanne, Switzerland, where I live and work. I don't actually live in the office, but it sometimes seems that way. I'm a co-founder of a transcultural clinic that's called D'un monde à l'autre, which translates roughly into from one world into the other, hence the office. However, as you might have guessed, I'm not a native of Switzerland. I'm a Mancunian from Manchester, England. I have a business degree from Aston University in Birmingham, the one in England. I mention England because some of our American brothers and sisters seem to think that Manchester and Birmingham only exist in America. I also have ordinary and master's degrees in psychology from the Universities of Geneva and of Lausanne. I am trained in hypnosis and EMDR, and I'm also certified as a therapist working with horses. That means I help people using horses, not that I actually do therapy for horses themselves. I'm not quite good at that. I've also been involved in the New Age world for nearly 40 years. I've lived and worked in the Findorn Foundation in Scotland, and I wish them well with their new transformation. I have visited the Osho community in Pune, India on many occasions, and have taken sannyas there. If you'd want to know what sannyas means, ask me and I'll tell you on another video. I've undertaken the full training with the Federation of Shamanic Studies, and I've worked as a professional psychic for many years as well. And to be totally complete and honest, I'm also dyslexic, slightly Asperger, and definitely neurotypic. So, why have I thought to create this YouTube channel? Simply because there are lots of things that I want to share with you. I have seen and helped hundreds, if not thousands of people to improve the quality of their lives over the years. But it is not enough. I'm starting to get older, and there are so many more people that I need to help and support that I cannot reach. Also, due to the wide range of people and problems that I have encountered, I have created many new theories, approaches and ways to communicate these ideas to my patients. So whereas many YouTubers and podcasters only have a limited number of subject areas, I'm interested in many areas. I've dealt with many different types of problems, and that has taught me many things. So people will always find something interesting to find out, to learn. I've decided to split up the introduction into 3 episodes, because otherwise I think it'd be a bit long and a bit boring. Especially because I have published 4 volumes of the Living in Harmony series as books, and each of them have interesting topics. So I'm going to start off with the first one, if you please. Book 1, Fundamentals, Family, Friends and Foes.
The first group of subjects I'd like to present you are from, strangely enough, Volume 1 of my series, Living in Harmony with the Real World, Fundamentals, Family, Friends and Foes. As the first of the series, I begin with an explanation of the concept of living in harmony, which, simply put, is when our expectations or ideal of things, who we are, what we do, how things are, how people treat us, etc., are close to how things are in reality. However, when our ideal and the real are far apart, this causes pain and suffering, which, strangely enough, is the root of the word in Hebrew, chata, which means sin. And that literally means to miss the mark, as in archery. As we advance towards our relationships, the most invested is that of the couple. 2 people that, out of all the choices out there, have chosen to live together and construct a shared life project. Unfortunately, life is not always a tranquil stream. Conflicts arise, and we need to understand the roots of these conflicts, and in some ways, if possible, to avoid or calm them. One of the main roots of all arguments is that of ego. I'm right, you're wrong, I have rights, you should respect me more, etc., etc. This could be for any sort of subject, and at any level of real importance, or none. One of the most important strategies to overcome these problematic moments is to learn how to accept to lose battles to win wars. Our parents. Our parents are supposed to love, care, and protect us. Unfortunately, they are also human beings, with all the strengths and weaknesses associated with that sorry state. Even parents that are reasonably balanced and want only the best for us can totally screw us up. Now, our brothers and sisters, they can either be allies or enemies, but most often a mixture of both. Because even unintentionally, they can support and reinforce our parents' visions of us, limiting our abilities to grow and develop as we need to. We develop and mature due to a vast array of influences that we meet during the whole of our lives, although these are clearly most important and impactful in our youth. Now, just a side note on the value of negative thoughts and feelings, which is important. Everything that we experience is for a useful purpose. Every strong reaction brings energy to stimulate some form of movement. That's an important point. We feel pain if we touch a hot stove. The reaction is to move our hand away. This protects us from increasing the damage to ourselves. Psychological discomfort brings forth the energy to change or correct facets or dimensions of our lives. Our kids. Our kids are our best mirrors. They reflect back the best and the worst of who we are. All that was failing in our childhood, we could correct in theirs. Not that we always do. They are our best teachers. Amongst the most difficult relationships that some people have is with their in-laws. They have one clear loyalty to their own child. If you fit into their project and dream for them, remember the balance between ideal and real, then great. Otherwise, well, we all know the popular negative image of the famous mother-in-law. One of the most thorny problems that I get to face as a family therapist is when someone is torn between their parents and their partner. Not an easy one. Okay, so now we get to the relationship with one's friends. Friends, strangely enough, do not always mean people that are there to care and support you in living your best life and becoming the best you possibly can be. Strangely enough. Definitely worth looking into. Finally, we get to your enemies. These rather irritating people can be our best life teachers. Maybe not your children, maybe not. They can help us so much in learning about ourselves and helping us to grow and change for the better.
Next, I would like to, no, not now, thank you. No, just not that either. No, just wait, hold on a moment, listen, and you'll know what's the next thing to do, okay? Cool down. Excuse me, a bit stressed, you know, first video and everything. Now, as I was saying, okay? As I was saying, I'll talk about the other volumes of the Living in Harmony series in the second and third episodes. So next what I want to talk about is some of the interviews that I plan to share with you on a wide variety of topics. That way you won't always have to cope with me talking to myself or to my bookshelf. Here is just a small selection of these topics. Here is just a small selection of these topics. Topics, please. Thank you. To start with, here are some of the more usual topics, things people will already know something about: Chinese medicine, Western astrology, homeopathy, and meditation. Just a small selection. And finally, for this first episode, hypnosis. As a trained and very active hypnotherapist, I will also be offering some very specific hypnotic sessions for you to explore. Thank you. Please feel free to send me suggestions for any specific problems or topics you might find helpful for me to deal with using hypnosis. I can create whatever you need. So, not to make this episode too long, as I say, I'll be producing 2 more introductory episodes. So now, for the moment, as I'm doing everything alone, the sound, the lights, the special effects, the bookcase, I also have to work full-time, and I do get to see my family from time to time because they sort of think it's a good idea. And as I live in a French-speaking world, I will be making also French versions of most of the episodes, which means for the moment I'll not be able to upload episodes as often as I might wish. So I really could do with some help to get this channel up and working. First and foremost, you can like and subscribe to this channel. Secondly, please tell your friends and share this link. You can also write comments, which I will try and respond to all comments. Thirdly, well, I think that's enough for now. Don't worry, there's much more that I can think to ask. I will ask later on. So, until the next time, love, light, live long and prosper. Bye for now. Gary.